Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
Okay, another case of the mainstream media deciding what they want the story to be instead of what was actually said. This time, Donald Trump's comments were taken out of context. This is not to defend Donald Trump specifically. This is just another example of how you can take somebody's few words in the greater context of a larger sentence or paragraph and twist it to whatever story you need. So, Shark, with the bloodbath comments from Trump, what are your thoughts?
What's really funny is if you take from a political standpoint, anything that a politician says, if you're on the other side, it doesn't even matter what it is, even if you've said it before, they can leverage that and weaponize it, if you will. If you watch the context of the speech, he was talking about putting tariffs on foreign imported cars and how voting for Joe Biden was going to be bad for the auto industry. He was at an auto industry rally, if you will, and he was trying to, gain votes and all that stuff, get everything going to get people excited about him in Michigan at this rally. He uses the term bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath if I don't get elected. What he's also referencing is some of these major auto dealers in the U.S. have had to pull back dramatically because of EVs. They're relying on a lot of government subsidies to help keep this propped up, if you will. The EVs are not selling like we were sold to believe that they would, and it's not been a great play for the auto industry. But what was so funny is if you watch every channel other than, say, Fox, and I guess Fox is probably the only conservative TV channel, they all seemed in unison repeating that he said bloodbath. NBC, ABC, CBS, Bloomberg, CNN, MSNBC, all of them said that Donald Trump was making it a bloodbath. They were equating a lot of this or relating this back to January 6th, which was not what he was talking about at all. And we're trying to take this word that they think of, the big scary monster used a word they didn't like, and they seemed to be speaking in unison. However, what was interesting is Fox replayed when they had used bloodbath in their way, a positive way in their minds, out of something that was said about, for Joe Biden, if you will. And they were all saying it. So it was okay to say when Joe said it, not okay when Donald said it. And it was the context that they were trying to wrap this around. If you don't spend enough time watching a whole story or checking out sources other than the ones that you think are always telling you the truth, understand that everybody's got an editorial point of view. All the liberal sides, all the conservative sides as well, they all do. But it's another reminder to take it into full context, read, watch, get more of it to understand the context before you listen to all the silliness that goes on in the media.
Yeah, that exactly is how to not be a pawn in a manipulator's game. Whether it's a media channel that's trying to manipulate you into voting a certain way or to having a certain opinion, or if it's an individual that you interact with face to face, they are going to try to just do whatever it takes to reach inside your mind and tell you a few little facts, but hide the rest of the facts over here so that you'll take that bait hook, line, and sinker. So you just got to know that they're actually trying to manipulate you, whoever they are in this case. In this case, the media, but maybe somebody in your life. You have to look beneath the surface to see what is this person's motives? What are they really after? And if I agree with whatever it is that it's trying to get me to agree with, how does that benefit them? And then how does that benefit me? And you aren't going to be able to figure out that manipulation unless you slow down and get all the information possible. So typically, like you said, in a media standpoint, you got to listen to more than one channel, and you got to take maybe 45 seconds to 60 seconds to actually read the whole quote. And I know in our fast-paced society, nobody wants to slow down. Everybody wants to just get the next headline, the next dopamine hit, move on. But we just got to see in important matters like elections, what's the real fact, and then make a decision.
It doesn't take long to figure out clickbait and the things that the knobs to turn, especially in the media. They know how to get people riled up. They know how to do that. It's
Oh
up
yeah.
to you to investigate more so that it doesn't set you off because you're a sheep.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.